Think you've got women figured out? Well, hold on to your hats, folks, because Sigma females are about to turn everything you thought you knew upside down. Welcome to a world where the conventional notions of femininity are being redefined. Today, we're talking about the enigma that is the Sigma female. These are the introverted alphas, the quiet leaders, the women who are rewriting the playbook on what it means to be feminine. They're like the unicorns of the female world, rare, unique, and endlessly fascinating. Imagine a mythical creature that's a blend of a sphinx's mystery and a phoenix's fiery spirit. That's a Sigma female for you. They're not your typical damsels in distress, nor are they the boisterous life of the party. They are instead a delightful blend of strength and subtlety that defies traditional stereotypes. Now that we've piqued your interest, let's dive into the 8 traits of Sigma females that are as real as they get and impossible to fake. First up, Sigma females are the lone wolves of the world. And no, they're not waiting for a fairy tale prince to rescue them. They're more the "I got this" type, ready to slay dragons and face down giants all before breakfast. They're self-reliant, independent, and oh so capable, making them the ultimate one-woman show. Now, don't misunderstand. Being a lone wolf doesn't mean Sigma females are antisocial or aloof. Quite the contrary. They simply enjoy their own company and have no problem going solo. Whether it's traveling to a new city, dining out, or tackling a challenging project, a Sigma female is just as content doing it alone as with a group. In fact, they might even prefer it. And let's be honest, there's something incredibly freeing about being your own hero. It's like being in a movie where you're the lead character, director, and writer all at once. No need to wait for a knight in shining armor when you've got your own sword and shield at the ready. So, if you're picturing a Sigma female as a princess trapped in a tower, waiting for her prince to come, you've got it all wrong. She's probably the one who built the tower, and she's definitely holding the keys. She's not afraid to climb down, fight off the dragon, and make her own way in the world. Sigma females are not just lone wolves because they prefer their own company. They are lone wolves because they are independent and self-reliant, not needing anyone else to validate their worth or existence. They are confident in their abilities and know that they can handle any situation that comes their way. You see, a Sigma female doesn't need a prince to save her. She saves herself, and she does it with grace, grit, and a good bit of humor. After all, who needs a prince when you can be your own queen? So if you're looking for a damsel in distress, you might want to look elsewhere. Sigma females? They're busy being the heroines of their own epic tales. Ever met someone who can read a room better than a best-selling novel? That's a Sigma female for you. Let's dive into the mind of a Sigma female for a moment. Picture this. You're at a bustling party. Music is thumping, laughter ringing, conversations humming. It's a sensory overload for most, but not for the Sigma female. In the midst of all the chaos, she stands quietly in a corner, her eyes scanning the room like a hawk. She doesn't miss a beat. The slight shift in the room's energy when a couple starts arguing in hushed whispers, the flicker of discomfort on someone's face when they're cornered into a conversation they'd rather not have. You see, her mind is like the headquarters of a super sleuth. She's constantly observing, analyzing, and drawing conclusions. You might be thinking, well, Sherlock Holmes, is that you? You wouldn't be far off. Except, instead of solving crimes in the foggy streets of London, she's unraveling the mysteries of human behavior at your local coffee shop. Her observational skills are not just limited to social situations. She's equally adept at picking up the subtle nuances in her surroundings. The way the wind rustles the trees, the rhythm of the rain on the rooftop, the silent hum of the city at night. She's attuned to the world around her in a way that most people can only dream of. And it's not just about being an observer. She uses her insights to navigate the world, to understand people, and to make informed decisions. It's her secret weapon, her superpower, if you will. But don't worry, she's not using her powers for evil. Quite the contrary. She uses her observations to empathize, to connect, and to understand. She's the friend who always knows when you're upset, even when you insist you're fine. She's the colleague who can sense the tension in a meeting, and tactfully steer the conversation in a positive direction. So next time you find yourself in the company of a Sigma female, remember this. She's not just standing there silently. She's observing, analyzing, and understanding the world around her in a way that's truly remarkable. Sherlock Holmes, eat your heart out. Sigma females are like abstract art. You might not get it immediately, but once you do, you're mesmerized. Picture this. You're at a contemporary art museum, standing in front of a painting that looks like a jumble of colors and shapes. You're squinting, tilting your head, trying to make sense of what's in front of you, and then suddenly it clicks. You see the beauty in the chaos, the meaning behind the madness. That, my friends, is the experience of understanding a Sigma female's beauty. You see, Sigma females don't fit the mold of traditional beauty. They're not the ones you'll find spending hours getting dolled up or following the latest fashion trends. No, their allure is something far more profound. It's a beauty that stems from their intelligence, their unique perspectives, and their quiet yet undeniable presence. Think of them as the Albert Einstein of the beauty world. Just like how Einstein's attractiveness wasn't in his hairdo. Let's be honest, it was more of a hair don't. But in his brilliant mind and captivating personality, Sigma females too possess a charm that's beyond skin deep. It's like they're the Mona Lisas of our time. Mysterious, intriguing, and a beauty that's been debated over for centuries. You might not understand why she's smiling, but you can't deny there's something captivating about it. Sigma females are the embodiment of the saying, beauty lies in the brain, not the mirror. They're the ones who'll impress you with their insightful conversation, their unique worldview, and their ability to challenge the status quo rather than their ability to apply the perfect winged eyeliner. Their beauty is unconventional, yes, but it's also undeniable. It's a beauty that's real, raw, and utterly captivating. It's like finding a gem in a pile of stones. It might not shine the brightest, but it holds a beauty that's rare and precious. Remember, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, and sometimes it requires a bit of brain work too. So, the next time you come across a Sigma female, take a moment to appreciate her unconventional beauty. You might just find yourself mesmerized. Sigma females and perfectionism go hand in hand, like peanut butter and jelly, or like me and my inability to resist a good pun. Now, when we talk about perfectionism, we're not just referring to a neat handwriting or an impeccably organized workspace. Oh no, it goes much deeper than that. You see, Sigma females have an insatiable drive for perfection and high standards that are as high as Mount Everest. They are the ones who will read the entire user manual before they even switch on a new gadget. They are the ones who will practice their presentation until they know it by heart, backwards, and in 3 different languages. They are the ones who will untangle the Christmas lights, even if it takes them all night. Now let's add a dash of humor to this. Imagine being in a Where's Waldo competition. You're scanning the crowd, your eyes are crossing, and you're starting to see spots. But then there's the Sigma female. She calmly picks up the book, flips to the correct page, and points directly at Waldo, all in record time. Or picture a Rubik's Cube competition. Other contestants are frantically twisting and turning, sweat pouring down their faces. But the Sigma female? She's cool, calm, and collected. She manipulates the cube with ease, each move calculated and precise. And before you know it, she's done. The cube is solved, and she's off to her next challenge. This drive for perfection might seem intense to some, but to the Sigma female, it's just part of who she is. She doesn't see it as a burden, but rather as a way to constantly improve and excel. She thrives in the face of a challenge and is always looking for ways to better herself and the world around her. So if you're in a Where's Waldo competition, get a Sigma female on your team. Trust me, you won't regret it. Sigma females are like a good mystery novel, full of surprises and impossible to put down. You see, these women are the embodiment of Enigma. They're the kind of folks who'd give Sherlock Holmes a run for his money, and trust me, that's no easy feat. Sigma females are the epitome of the phrase, still waters run deep. They may appear calm on the surface, but there's a whirlwind of thoughts, ideas, and secrets swirling beneath. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. Just when you think you've got them figured out, they surprise you with a twist that leaves you scratching your head in wonder. And let's not forget their sense of humor. It's as elusive as a chameleon, blending seamlessly into their conversations. One moment you're discussing the complexities of quantum physics, and the next, they're cracking a joke that leaves you doubled over in laughter. It's like being in a comedy club with Albert Einstein as the stand-up comedian. But here's the kicker. Despite their mysterious nature, Sigma females are not doing this on purpose. There's no grand scheme or master plan. They're not trying to be the next Agatha Christie novel. They're just being themselves, authentic and unapologetic. And that's what makes them so fascinating. They're like a labyrinth with no map, a riddle with no answer, a puzzle with no solution. And yet, you can't help but want to dive deeper, to unravel the mystery that is a Sigma female. Because every interaction with them is an adventure, a journey into the unknown. It's like joining Indiana Jones on a treasure hunt, never knowing what you'll discover next. But remember, with Sigma females, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about embracing the mystery, savoring the surprises, and enjoying the ride. Because when you're with a Sigma female, life is never dull. It's a roller coaster ride filled with twists and turns, ups and downs, thrills and chills. So buckle up, because with a Sigma female, you're always in for an exciting ride. Last but not least, we have the final three traits: the realist, the unpredictable, and the independent. Now, these aren't your average girl-next-door traits. Let's start with the realist. The Sigma female doesn't have her head in the clouds. She's got her feet firmly planted on the ground and her eyes wide open. She sees the world for what it is, a mix of good, bad, and downright ugly. But don't mistake her realism for pessimism. She's not a Debbie Downer. She just doesn't sugarcoat things. If life hands her lemons, she doesn't just make lemonade. She starts a lemonade stand and turns a profit. Next, we have the unpredictable. The Sigma female is as unpredictable as a plot twist in a suspense thriller. Just when you think you've got her figured out, she'll surprise you. She might be quiet and reserved one moment, and then, out of nowhere, she's the life of the party. She might be deeply engrossed in a book today, and tomorrow she's out hiking up a mountain. She keeps everyone on their toes, and that's what makes her so intriguing. And lastly, the independent. The Sigma female is as independent as a cat. She doesn't need anyone to take care of her. She's self-reliant and self-sufficient. She values her freedom and cherishes her alone time. She's not antisocial, she just enjoys her own company. She doesn't rely on others for her happiness or fulfillment. She creates her own joy, carves her own path, and writes her own story. Now, if you're thinking, wow, these traits sound pretty intense, you're not wrong. But remember, the Sigma female isn't trying to be intense or intimidating. She's just being true to herself. She's not trying to fit into a mold or live up to society's expectations. She's not trying to be someone she's not. She's just being her. And that's the beauty of the Sigma female. She's real, she's authentic, she's unapologetically herself. She doesn't pretend to be someone else to fit in or be accepted. She's comfortable in her own skin. She embraces her quirks, her flaws, her strengths, and her weaknesses. She's not perfect, but she's perfectly her. So if you know a Sigma female, consider yourself lucky. You've got a real gem in your life, a diamond in the rough, a rare, unique, and beautiful soul. And if you are a Sigma female, well, keep doing you. The world needs more real, authentic, and independent women like you. And there you have it. The 8 traits of a Sigma female that are as real as it gets and absolutely impossible to fake. Well, there you have it, folks. The enigma that is the Sigma female unraveled. We've ventured through the labyrinth of their unique traits, from the lone wolf's solitude to the silent observer's keen eye. We've admired the unconventional beauty and the relentless perfectionist. We've marveled at the enigma that leaves us guessing and the realist who keeps us grounded. And of course, we've celebrated the unpredictable and the independent spirit that truly sets Sigma females apart. Remember that these traits aren't a mask or a costume. They're as integral to the Sigma female as the air they breathe. It's a unique blend, like a fine wine or a rare cheese. But don't take my word for it. Why not go out and meet one? You might just be surprised. Remember, Sigma females are out there, and they're as real as it gets. So, got any experiences with Sigma females you'd like to share? We'd love to hear them in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more insights into the fascinating world of Sigma females. Until next time, keep it real.